It was the late 1960s, a time of peace rallies, counterculture, and change. But in Northern California, a different kind of movement was taking shape. One driven by fear, by shadows lurking in the night, and by a killer who taunted police with cryptic letters and chilling ciphers. He called himself the Zodiac, and to this day his identity remains one of the greatest unsolved mysteries in criminal history. It began on December 20th, 1968. A young couple, Betty Lou Jensen and David Faraday, were enjoying an evening together in a secluded lover's lane in Vallejo, California. They never made it home. Bullets tore through the darkness, and by the time authorities arrived, the two teens were lifeless. No one knew it yet, but this was only the beginning. 7 months later, another young couple, Darlene Ferran and Michael Mageau, sat in a parked car, completely unaware that they were being watched. A figure approached, a flashlight in one hand, a gun in the other. Shots rang out. Mageau survived barely. He would later describe the attacker as a stocky man, possibly in his 30s, wearing dark clothing. The police had a witness, but no name. Then came the letters. On August 1st, 1969, 3 nearly identical messages arrived at local newspapers. The Vallejo Times-Herald, the San Francisco Examiner, and the San Francisco Chronicle. The writer took credit for the murders, providing details only the killer would know. But it was the cipher that truly terrified authorities, a complex 408-character puzzle that, once cracked, revealed an unsettling message. "I like killing people because it is so much fun." The author signed it with a symbol, a circle with a cross through it. The Zodiac had introduced himself. More attacks followed. Brian Hartnell and Cecilia Shepard were enjoying an afternoon at Lake Berryessa when a hooded man approached. He brandished a gun, tied them up, and calmly explained that he had just escaped from prison. Then, without hesitation, he stabbed them repeatedly before walking away. Before leaving, he took the time to write on their car door the Zodiac symbol, the date, and the weapon he used. Cecilia did not survive. Then, on October 11, 1969, San Francisco cab driver Paul Stein was shot in the head in what seemed like a routine robbery. But when a letter arrived at the Chronicle containing a blood-stained piece of Stein's shirt, the Zodiac's game became even more twisted. He taunted police, claiming they had seen him that night and let him slip away. He threatened to attack a school bus, describing in terrifying detail how he would pick off the kiddies as they come, bouncing out. Panic swept through California, but despite the manhunt, despite sketches, despite countless tips, the Zodiac disappeared into the shadows. Over the next few years, more letters arrived, some containing ciphers that remain unsolved, others boasting of crimes that could never be confirmed. Then silence. As the years passed, theories mounted. Some believed the Zodiac had been arrested for another crime or had died. Others insisted he was still out there watching, laughing. Suspects came and went. Arthur Lee Allen, a convicted child molester with a disturbing history, was a favorite suspect. He owned a Zodiac watch, his typewriter matched the letters, and acquaintances even claimed he hinted at the killings. But DNA from an envelope didn't match. More recently, a team of independent investigators called the Casebreakers made headlines, claiming that Gary Francis Post, a deceased Air Force veteran, was the Zodiac. They pointed to scars matching the police sketch, letters where his name was supposedly hidden, and a history of violence. Yet authorities remain unconvinced. So, will we ever know? Modern forensics have advanced far beyond what was available in the 1960s. DNA profiling, artificial intelligence, and machine learning are now being used to analyze old evidence in ways never before possible. The FBI and amateur sleuths continue to pore over the Zodiac ciphers, hoping for a breakthrough. The answer may still be out there, locked away in forgotten files, waiting for the right set of eyes, or the right piece of technology, to unravel it. Until then, the Zodiac remains an enigma, a ghost haunting the corridors of true crime history. A killer who played a deadly game and, for now, won.